But I think it's a good day with the Giants off. Let's take a breath. Bobby Evans also is going to join us here in 40 minutes. And Bobby Evans is who got a lot of these guys into the organization. So what a great day to talk to Bobby about these specific young players. I don't know how many of you know that. Luciano, Matos, Ramos, these are not Farhan picks. These are Bobby Evans signings. And so Bobby's going to tell us a little bit about these guys, what he saw, what he sees, what he thinks about the up-down nature. Is Ramos finally here and here for good? He has already suddenly become their best player. Think about that now for a second. And I know that maybe that's a statement just about like the month of May, and now we're into June. But Elliot Ramos is their best player right now, which is both exciting and terrifying all at the same time. But 888-957-9570 is the number. And would love to hear from you right now. What is, or how would you describe it, the source of your Giants' anger? Because we feel it everywhere. And by the way, if you feel none, then call in and say that, because I'm always mindful that in our echo chamber, social media, radio show, calls, texts, what have you, maybe we're only hearing the loud minority. I don't think so, but maybe. I want to be open-minded to that maybe there are Giants fans out there that are like, come on, hang in there. We're
one game out of the wild card.
You know what I mean?
I know a lot of you.
I know a lot of you think that's what I sound like through the years. I don't really sound like that this year, but whatever. Like, what is the actual source of it? How would you answer that?
It's Farhan Zaidi. Farhan is the source of everything. It's because of the young guys. Either you want the young guys up and he is now sent one down and the other one's hurt. And, you've got Elliot Ramos who's up here and you're saying he's the best player. And if he is the best player, and I'm not saying that he's not the best player right now, but what the hell, Farhan? You had Soler who's come up and done almost nothing. And Blake Snell has come up and been terrible. And Jung-Hoo Lee got hurt, not his fault. Matt Chapman's been, good defensively, but offensively he's been missing, and the team is still not very good. So I think that when fans want to direct their ire, they direct it at Farhan Zaidi first and foremost.
Sure. And look, that's sort of, he's the president.
Right.
If you don't like something, you look at the boss. Right? That's a normal sort of a way to go about it.
I guess if you go to a restaurant and the food's not very good, you probably don't look at the maitre d' or,
I'm not mad
or
at the
waiter.
server who brought me the food, right? You're mad at the chef.
Right.
Hey?
The chef. Or you're mad at the owner, whatever. You're mad at, somebody.
Yeah, Farhan's the chef.
Exactly.
He's the chef. He's the head chef.
And the food is mediocre. And, you weren't promised, but the product that they presented was better than what they've delivered. And that's why when you look at who to blame for what this has been, you look at Farhan. And it's either you waited too long to bring the kids up, or, the kids should still be up there. You shouldn't have sent Matos down. And I was surprised to hear FP say that he was crushed. And he said it 3 or 4 times. And, man, that's hard for a 22-year-old.
FP's close to the organization.
He is.
For those of you who don't know. So if he's saying that he's crushed, he's crushed.
Right. I don't think that FP is guessing.
No. No.
Yeah. And so
that's hard to hear. It really is. It's hard to hear. I will ask the question. I don't know if this is professional sports. We're not in the business of just being like, oh, I'm sorry. Are you upset? Well, then come back.
Exactly.
We're not doing that either. But this was a prickly one. I get that. What I keep falling back to, because I've had these conversations with you, with our listeners, with friends. Very good friend of mine who's a Giants fan, and I got into a back and forth text just today where he's like, I'm furious about this Matos thing. And I'm like, I totally get it. Let me offer a couple of not opposing, but like side views that I think also affect this. And, we went through that conversation, and here's where what I keep falling back to. I don't know if Luis Matos is the best man for the job right now. And I also don't know if it's Austin Slater. Neither one of them this year, outside of 1 week,
right?
Neither one of them this year have done anything all that special. And it feels like a lot of people are going to go, well, all things being equal, let's go with a big-time prospect who's a young player who we want to see grow, who might be a big part of the organization. Totally get that point. The other side to it is there is a chance you're looking at someone who's not even a big leaguer. There's a chance. I'm not saying I think that, but if you come up and you're National League Player of the Week and then they get video on you and they go, oh, throw him a curve a foot outside, and he never gets another hit again, well, you're not even looking at a big leaguer. Austin Slater's not an overly impressive big leaguer, but a big leaguer.
He has been, yeah.
7-year career.
Yeah.
It has stuck on one team. And so I keep falling back to, I want to win now.
Right.
Today.
They want to win.
I get a little uncomfortable with the ride the mistakes and let's see what happens. I'm just not there. Luciano and Schmidt kicking balls at short? Nope, no thanks. Don't want to see it. Do not want to see it in the name of, hey, maybe they'll be better in a month.
Well, in the name of you're in the wild card race, you're a game out of the wild card, and you're right there, and you're trying to still be a playoff team. So I'm with you on that front. But I do also think that you have to see Austin Slater for the next 3 or 4 weeks and see if he actually can be the player that he's been for 7 years. Because if he can't be that player, well, then Matos, you come back up and Slater gets DFA'd, and then none of this even ever really mattered. And I was just a little surprised to hear FP talk about him being crushed at 22 to go back down. I mean, well, did he think that he would be like up here and this is it? And
well, hold on. Yes,
I mean, because he had a great week,
but they said out loud that he would be. Like his manager said
he's the center
3
fielder,
weeks ago that he's our center fielder now.
Right.
Jung-Hoo Lee's having surgery. This is our center fielder. So reasonable to think that Luis Matos thought he was going to stay for the rest of the year.
Well, then what the hell, organization? And, maybe it comes down to Farhan or whoever you want to blame, but that to me becomes the big question. Both sides fell. It's funny because one side fell.
Sorry, listening audience. Get a banner that has fallen down for the 8 billionth time.
Exactly.
I mean, my gosh. Speaking of people in leadership spots, can we hire somebody to nail that thing into the wall? Like, nail it into the wall. Stop making errors. Just because this building is young, do we need to sit here and watch it grow and go through all the bumps and bruises? Or can we firm something up?
Memo to whoever hangs that banner, the push pin is not working.
It's not enough.
It's not enough. Maybe we can go with a stapler or a nail gun or, I don't know, super glue.